All right, pull back. You gotta go low. You gotta go low.
Take the mic down.
We had train 8808 left Poughkeepsie this morning at 5:54. Was headed into New York. Its destination was Grand Central. At approximately 7:22, it derailed right out here north of Spuyten Duyvil Station. 7 cars being pushed by a locomotive. All 7 cars are derailed. You can see from here quite a bit of substantial damage. There are 4 fatalities, 63 aided. They've been transported to a number of hospitals here in close by. And if anybody has any questions with respect to a missing person that may have been on the train, they should call 311 to make sure they can identify the location if one of their loved ones is in the hospital.
It's obviously a very tragic situation. The first order of business is to care for the people who were on the train. As you heard, unfortunately, there are 4 fatalities, 63 injuries, and those people are being cared for right now. As Tom mentioned, if you need information, if you have people who are on the train, 311 is the appropriate number to call to get more information. We're trying to stabilize the situation right now. New York is blessed with the best first responders, I think, anywhere in the country. And we want to thank the NYPD and the fire department personnel and Amtrak personnel and the MTA personnel who were right on site and doing an extraordinary job as we speak. In terms of causes, we don't know exactly what happened. The NTSB is on its way. They'll do a thorough investigation, and we'll wait to see what the NTSB says before speculating as to any causes. Seriously injured, but at this point it's fair to say our report is that they're stable. We think everyone's accounted for. The site has been gone over a number of...
Governor, what about the operator of the train? Alive?
The operator was alive, he was injured, and he's being cared for medically. The 2 cars that are on this side that you can see in front of the train. Yes.
I wonder if, I know the NTSB is going to come and do an investigation. What types of things will they do as they proceed?
Whenever you do an investigation like this, you're going to look at the track, you're going to look at the equipment itself, the cars, the locomotive, you're going to look at the signal system, and you're going to talk to the people involved in operating the train. That's standard accident investigation, as the governor said. We will participate in that and support that, make sure that we get all the factual information forward, and it's too early at this point in time to speculate any further. We had a derailment of a trash train at this location a little bit further south of this building. I don't believe it was, but I really don't know. And it's very important that we let the investigation go forward before we make any speculative comments.
Tom, how concerned are...
That'd be one of the factors that we take a look at the investigation. One of the key things you do want to do is interview the crew and any of the customers on board the train at the time as well.
Do you know
Don't know. Probably over 100, maybe a couple.
Is it too soon to tell if train service will be back on track by tomorrow morning?
The focus right now is on the customers who are injured, making sure we do everything we can to support the National Transportation Safety Board in their investigation. They'll be here later today, this afternoon. Once they clear the track and they say it's okay for us to restore, we will begin those efforts to restore service. In the meantime, we're working up plans to be able to provide a bus shuttle if it's not ready for tomorrow's rush hour. But right now, the focus is on the customers and making sure they're taken care of.
Is it critical for any of the passengers are injured? Is it critical for any of the passengers?
I'm sorry?
Is it critical?
I think the governor answered that. I think there may have been 11 critical and the rest were less critical. Any curve will have a speed restriction on it that would be versus a straight section of track. And that would be one of the factors they'd look at in the investigation.
Well, we do the operator thoughts and prayers. Their families have not yet been notified, so we'll be working on that now. But let's all say a prayer and remember those people we lost this morning and their families. And we'll let the first responders do their job. The NTSB will do the investigation. We'll tell you throughout the day what the consequences for service will be, when service will be restored. But we need some more information before we can make any hard determinations on that. Again, I want to thank all the first responders who are really doing a fantastic job right now. And I want to thank both Commissioner Ray Kelly and Commissioner Salvatano for their help this morning. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. All right, so Bill, I'm sure you can probably hear where I understand we're staying. So, hey, Ken, just making sure my photographer knows we're still live at this point. So, just to recap right now what we're hearing from the commissioner, from the governor.
Papel.